So, considering the film that we're going to be talking about today, and the fact that I'm caked in fake blood, I'm going to put 20 quid on the fact that you, right now, sitting there watching this video, are going to be saying, you got red on you. Hello everyone, Clank of the Geek here, and happy Halloween. Hope you're having fun, staying safe, because Halloween's pretty much cancelled this year. Anyway, I thought I would celebrate Halloween, in terms of like the real life stuff, not sketches, but, you know, the real life stuff, by reviewing what I would argue is one of the greatest movies ever made, Shaun of the Dead. So for those who don't know, Shaun of the Dead is a horror comedy movie starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and directed by Edgar Wright. And it's the first film in what's known as the Cornetto trilogy, which the other two films are Hot Fuzz and World's End. But the trilogy, they're not really linked. They are, each film, it's like a different set of characters and, you know, different sort of genres. So this is obviously like a spoof on like zombie movies. Hot Fuzz is like a sort of thing on the, like a spoof on like the police drama genre. And World's End I haven't watched yet. So yeah, it is your typical zombie movie, sort of, you know, zombie apocalypse happens and what these people do in a zombie apocalypse. And I do love horror movies. And I mean, I will always say that horror and comedy, for the most part, shouldn't go together. This movie proves that it can go together. Like, just completely go together and completely work on every level. Now, yeah, it is a very simple premise, but it doesn't need to be any more complex than it is. It just works as a simple premise. And it's the characters and the humour that make this movie what it is. Because it is more of a comedy than horror, and it just works so well. Now, one of the biggest things that horror movies always get wrong are the characters. The characters in most horror movies are nothing. They are just people to get killed, and there's some gory special effects. But in this film, all the characters are memorable, and, you know, they're fun, engaging, they're believable, and they're true to life, and you care about them, you're invested in them. Even, you know, the entire cast, you just, you know, you're brilliant. I mean, especially Shaun and Ed, played by Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, two of the leads of the film. They've just got such brilliant chemistry. You completely believe that they are mates, and it just works. They've got such great chemistry, and their banter, and the dialogue is just brilliant. And they've got other characters that you care about. You know, like Liz, who's Shaun's girlfriend. You know, you've got David, who everybody hates. No, nobody likes David. You've got Diane, who's David's friend. You got Shaun's mum. You got Philip, who's Shaun's stepdad. Even other smaller characters like Pete, who's their horrible like flatmate. All these characters you find memorable, and but the main cast you care about. And the spoiler alert, but when some of them die, specifically Shaun's mum, the way that it's acted and the way that it's been built up and stuff, it really makes you care about it. It makes you feel quite sad when Shaun's mum does get turned into a zombie and ends up dying. It is powerful and you care. That's something else I should mention as well. The gore in this film is really good. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like excessive, but it's more sort of, I mean it is, it's quite, when it happens, it's really sort of, oh my god. But it's done sort of sparingly, so when they do happen, it's like, it's like sort of building up to it, and yeah, they're really good. Can I say that the humour on this film as well is on point. The fourth wall breaks are really good. The dialogue, it is quotable as all hell. Pete, you got red on you. But as well as that, it's a really well-made and sort of clever film, like in its writing and its directing. The script is really clever at places because, like with the humour, yes, it's very funny, but it's really clever in times, and especially with like the fourth wall breaking stuff. And there's one moment in particular which is just genius. Like, it's near the beginning when they're in the pub, and I think it's Shaun's just broke up with Liz, I think. And Nick Frost basically just tells you the entire plot of the movie. And you won't get it on your first watch, or your second, or or third watch. But when you realise what he's talking about, and you're like, that's genius. But as well, Edgar Wright's directing is just brilliant. You've got fast-paced montages, you know, like here's the plan, you know, go mums, get Liz, go to the pub and wait for all this to blow over. You know, you've got fast-paced montages like that, and it's really well cut together because it keeps it fast and, you know, energetic. You're paying attention to the screen. But the way that certain shots are crafted and, you know, the way that they're sort of positioning the camera and the way that they're just directed, even something as mundane as, you know, putting change on a counter, it's done in a way which gives it this real sort of impact. It makes it feel like he's slamming the change onto the counter, and it's really effective. So yeah, overall, this is just fantastic, and you know, great writing, great directing, great humour, great characters, a brilliant cast, great gore, great references as well. I didn't even mention the references to old like zombie movies. You know, there's a ton of references to like Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. You know, in fact, the "We're coming to get you, Barbara," that's a quote directly from Night of the Living Dead, which is sort of the first zombie movie properly. So yeah, there's some. Oh my god, this is just essential viewing for anybody. So for this Halloween, here's the plan. After you watch this video, go downstairs, go to the living room, put on Shaun of the Dead on whatever, Sky Movies, Catch Up, whatever. Watch it, have a cup of tea, and wait for all this pandemic to blow over. Yeah, boy!